Hello, everyone. Hello, Justyna.
Hi.
How are you today?
It's a lovely day.
And how you like Thailand so far? I think it's not your first time.
Yeah, and not the last time for sure.
Did you find some wild and dead animal already?
Yeah, quite a few actually. Yeah, but that's not why I'm here.
Okay. But this is part of your journey as well.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
As weird as it sounds, it is.
Yeah. So I know you are connect the same time like a corporate journey and the same time as a businesswoman and the same time art and everything what is connect with your expression. We are here also to express ourselves. I always say the podcast is the best way to express self. I mean, the conversation and talk about your passion is the best way, because even if you do what you love, you need to tell to other people so they can understand better. So that's why we're here to know more about connection between the art, the connection between the business, whatever it means, and maybe we can find out today. And maybe other people have a similar problem like yours, which is very possible.
I hope so. Maybe they have answers.
Yes,
So,
or
yeah.
maybe we find the answer, and
Yeah,
then they can
totally.
use this, right? So yeah, tell me more about yourself.
So this is actually my first podcast. So yay!
Awesome,
So happy to be here.
happy to host you.
And well, yeah, exactly like you said, I'm bridging business with arts, and it's always been like that. And I think the reason for it is because I think it supports each other in a weird way. It's like the business kind of is a bit on structure like side, and the art is a process. And when they are put together, you kind of find out new ways to show the values and to be more authentic. And I think this is what I'm looking for, to have more authenticity. So even if I do commercial work, I try to stick with my own values. And the values they come from the art part, because this is where I'm experimenting. This is where I do my inner work, and where I like go deep, right? And then I think the business part is it's a lot about the society, because you don't do business for yourself, mostly for other people, for products, for usability. So it's, I think, curiosity that brought me into this path of like how I can use one to another, and here I am.
And how you can see yourself connect with the future and things what's going on with the AI right now. We know it's kind of killing the art, because you can do a lot of graphic and a lot of design using the technology today. And I think the AI do it very well, and it's still all about how they can sell it, right?
Yeah,
And do you see like it's a danger for you?
I love it.
You like it?
I love it.
Do you mix this with yourself?
I don't really, because I don't have to. I mean, I don't have the need to. I appreciate it. I use it for research purposes mostly, for or somewhat to maybe optimize my workflow. That's the best. That's amazing. But I did do some work in AI for design. It works. It's okay, and I think like from now on it's gonna get better and better. But as we said, the connection, that part, is something else. And what I'm actually looking at is more about the product. So the business about the product, and the product is physical. So when it comes to commercial, as in visual, right? Then yeah, for sure. I mean, there will be a part of this creative world that will be overtaken by the AI, right? But when it comes to the idea part, as we know, the world is struggling with some quite big issues. And this is where the art comes, because it's an observation of the physical world, So when I do work, as you mentioned, with dead objects, that's nature. They were that's not only mystical, it's real. I can observe patterns and some signals, right, from the
Yourself, your spirit? How
from
you
the
call this?
planet,
Okay.
from the surroundings,
Okay,
from the
okay.
observation of the surroundings, because the AI is virtual, it's made up. It's not real. It's an illusion. So as long as we know that this is an illusion, that's okay to have fun with it and to like use it wherever we can, because we don't have to always be so real, right? But for example, my long observation of the seaweeds brought me into this conclusion that this is somewhat like huge in the scientific world, like in the world of nature, that seaweeds are actually this one type of species that can reduce the carbon, like the amount of the carbon in the air, but it can also like feed people. It can solve a bunch of problems, like it can replace plastics, right? So that's like the business part that is actually kind of like very much connected with our real world, is to look for the solutions and not only to have something that's more attractive, kind of made up.
Yeah, it's like even the pharmacology business, it's connect, they don't look for solution, they just want to like cover up the problem, but they don't look the cause, right? And it's the big part, right? You can, if you find the cause, you can find the solution, right? But it's they looking at other things, how you can cover up, how you can fix other stuff, but they never look for the cause, for the real reason why we have a problem.
Yeah, the cause,
yes,
right?
Yeah. So if you are interested about the also water and you say seaweed and everything, right? Like I'm also a big fan of the history connect with our planet, and like I believe of the Atlantis, like our previous civilization, which came from the water. Like some people believe they are still living under the water. So maybe that's why like we can talk to them about source.
I would be their descendant probably.
You'll be the connector, right? Like the Aquaman story, right? So it's quite similar. Yeah, but like if you talk about this the seaweed and everything, you talk about like a superfood, and or only about environment and about ecology.
I think about all of them, about an ecosystem, like the connection through many components, because it's not only about the seaweed. That's why when I'm actually doing my research, when I'm doing my projects, I travel. Like here right now, I'm in Thailand. I already did the project before in Thailand that's connected with biodiversity, because that's what it's about, the biodiversity, right? So it's diverse, and then each single piece is important. So the best cultivation of the seaweed actually is to create the whole ecosystem that has the like the shrimps, the crabs and the fishes and everything, and because that's what makes it more nutritious. And the nutritious means that it's healthier for us, then we're better, everybody's better, right? So it's like kind of like the opposite of what we've been doing for the past few decades. So like simplifying the ingredients and taking everything that we know apart. So like we kind of like wanted to have like a pure form of magnesium, and we did it, and that's fucking amazing. But I think now this innovative, like it's not an innovation actually, it's more like going back to the roots, is about seeing that there is more to it, that we need to be coexistent in a way, right? And us humans. So my biggest lesson, I think, it is to be coexistent with everything that surrounds me.
It's like things when our parents told us about something about for healing and everything, and now it's come back like the story like when before I was like of course, and now it's like okay, milk with the honey, milk honey works, but not that milk what we have right now from the powder, from the even not from the cow, and then the same time the all the things what we have right now, it's totally different ingredients, process and everything. And even if you count like how many amount of the percentage there's sea around, we'll be okay to exploit even the ocean, and it'll be still
That's another thing. It's I'm glad that you mentioned it, because when it comes to the seaweeds, that's the thing that we're running out of space.
Yep. Oh, I do not believe it about this one.
The one that is kind of like like we shouldn't use more space. Maybe that's the kind of way, like, because look, I mean, the more you use the space for, I don't know, like development, the cities, farming, the more you take from the biodiversity that is so rich on the earth, and it's like what is like suffering. I mean, the forests, the wild, like the, I don't know, like the wild places, right? Because you have to take something. It's not like
they take desert in Dubai, right? I mean, Abu Dhabi, and they're building like crazy city right now. I think.
But they don't even use their sand.
Yeah, I mean, they use for the buildings, right? I think they steal for the cement.
I mean, they use sand from Poland.
Yeah, maybe we can sell it. They have money, right? So. And
no. I mean, I know it's not like, I don't like to be catastrophic. Like I don't want this to sound like I'm saying that the world is ending, because it's not. I'm just saying that by observing your surroundings, you start to look for new solutions, or like not even solutions, but like for somehow for those elements that were a bit forgotten or like unwanted, because this project that I'm doing, like the biodiversity one, it's about the bio-waste. Like I am literally collecting the trash of the ocean, the things that are basically just like washed away, and they're laying there, and we ignore them because it's smelly, it's maybe not nice, and maybe we can just use it as some kind of material or anything. I mean, there's been a lot of work like this, there's artists around the world who are exploring these ways, of using these as materials for like fashion or something like this. I mean, this movement is huge, so I'm just like, a little part of it, but for me it's also more about, I think, not only about like this, I don't even have an answer.
Yeah.
It's more about exploration.
Because you also don't, like you said this before, you don't care much if it's really can change the world. Like you still want to do it anyway, because like there's so many mess on the world, they put in garbage there and everything, and even if it's your work that's don't change much, you still want to do it, right? Because like what kind of the percentage, like if they put the garbage around the world and you just collect the some small part, if it's matter, I think it's matter, and for on my case, like everything's matter, right? Small act of the goodness, small act to express yourself, it's matter, you don't need to change the world to do things what you want to do, right? But people say, what's the matter if I put the one plastic bottle on the street? Like it's matter, every small part, every detail is matter. That's what people trying to generalize and saying, oh, it doesn't matter, there's garbage everywhere, oh, it doesn't matter, I eat just a little, this sugar and everything, it doesn't matter. Every small part matter, because that's we also teach and show others, how to express self. And I think on your case is the very important part, because you do it, that's somehow for yourself as well, especially this work,
It's a lot for me.
Lamp stop working here.
Oh.
It still looks good.
Yeah.
A kiedy mnie przestała działać?
Just a second ago.
Oh.
Just a second ago. Maybe quick fix.
Dobra, włosy zmieniamy trochę. Włosy okej?
Dobrze.
To było takie? Okej. Czy inne? Możemy zmienić.
To było...
O, niebieskie takie, o.
No.
Nie, był ten niebieski, ale dobra, to nie ma...
To? Nie.
O, to.
O, no, to.
Może niebieski też. No. Spoko, możemy zmienić tak klipy. Tak
No tak, to
dobra.
Let's go.
Okay. So.
Yeah, but you mentioned change, and I think, the mindset is super important, but I'm also trying to be real, meaning like we don't run away from this so quickly. This is like, it is...
From plastic, you mean?
Yeah, from plastic, from
Okay.
our habits, from
Okay.
our behavior. Like, I do this, I am like totally like a plastic user. I mean, as probably everybody,
Yeah.
you know, and they whenever even you like think you can do it like completely, maybe yes, I'm not that type of person, because even in my work I do use plastic backgrounds or something. I think that, you know, the motor of the change is not by radical, you
But
know,
do you
like,
not believe the plastic is also from nature?
well, it's everything is made
Yes.
from
That's my, biggest answer for everything. Like,
of course, yeah,
like
yeah,
the plastic not came from the different universe, different planet. It came from
of course,
Earth.
I agree.
So why we?
Because there's too much of it, and the way we use it is wrong. So it's
Yeah, they
it's
just show
more,
the picture with the turtle, cover plastic.
yeah,
and
I mean, it's more about like the awareness of how we can maybe not, you know, like depend on it, because we are like basically dependent. How to reuse it, and how to also, like, you know, create those alternatives.
But the alternative exists. They just don't allow us to do it. The same like alternative fuel and everything. It exists
Yes.
so many years ago.
Too expensive.
Right? I don't think it's too expensive. I think it's they get a lot of money
Yeah.
from oil, and everything. It's the making other stuff. It came from the oil substitute, right? So even the pharmacology business, it came from the oil business, because they use every part when they produce. So I think it's of course the propaganda. I don't want to talk about this one, because I also believe it doesn't matter what's happened on outside world. It's all about what you wanna do, and which direction you choose. It's not about fighting with the big corporation and everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think that's like exactly what I stand for, because as you mentioned, I do business. I work with big corporations, like the biggest in the world, to be honest. And why? Because I do not want to demonize them. I want to understand, and they have the real power to create impact. As much as they are, trying, obviously, it's not so good, and I will not like try to whitewash them, greenwash
Yeah.
them, or whatever. But still, it's about understanding that the world is not black and white. It's like, it's a balance of trying
Yeah.
to maybe do a little bit of that and a little bit of
You
this.
can find some good things inside there, and you can find good people who can have some changes.
Yes.
Because if you try and
Yes.
destroy them, there will be nothing change.
They will fight back, and they're
Yes.
bigger than you.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it just
It's
doesn't
like
work.
destroy the system from the inside, like go inside and trying to convince the manager, later owner,
Yeah, but shh.
Yes, I know. Step by step. Yeah.
No, but it is kind of like the hydra. You cut off one head, they'll grow
Yeah.
two.
Oh, absolutely.
So I think it's and this is how I work with the corporations too. Like, I think it's about like, trying to kind of show them how we think differently, because we think differently because that's our lives. We live our lives. Like, I have a digital content agency. It's called Kago, and there is a lot of talent in there, and all of us, we're artists. Like, there's activists, there's there's girls who do beautiful sculptures from nature, and we do topics about like so many areas, human rights, environmental sustainability, not because we decided to do so, like just sat down and okay, let's make this our theme of the agency. It's because we gathered a bunch of people, and each one of us has a different kind of like kink, like an art kink. No, so I mean, like something that we follow, and then we get so obsessed with this. Like, it's all about obsession that we, I think, just find out as much as we can, and then it's about it's about knowledge, so we can actually share this knowledge. And I think that's the most important also in my work, that I do not want to convince anybody to think what I think or to do what I do, but I want them to show how I actually see the world, and it's pretty. Okay. And it's nice, and it's not scary. It's about death, but it's about celebration of the dead. It's about the vanishing biodiversity, but through connecting it and showing how it's codependent and like diverse and just, I think, whimsical, very, very magical. So the more I show it to people, the more they actually open themselves to be like, wow, this is like something nice. This is something I want to be around. And the next time they walk next to this really ugly frog, or an insect, they will not be like, oh no, disgusted. They will be like, oh, maybe that's an interesting part of my, like my experience of being in the nature. And that's my goal, to kind of be like promoting that nature in a way that I do promote commercial products, because it deserves the spotlight,
So what's your relationship with the dead? Not only animals, but in general.
That's a good question. I mean, with the idea of death, like my death,
Yes.
I'm at peace.
Because it's, because you go deep with this one, and at the same time, maybe you just go deep with the nature, so you never think about actually meaning about this one, can be. So that's why I asked.
No, I thought about my death a lot.
How someone can make art with your body, right? Like after, why we need to waste your body? Like someone can inspire you or take your body and make some beautiful things. We don't know what can be on the future.
Actually,
hey,
yes.
I do it with your body. It will be interesting. Like your cyborg, your Optimus make it like, oh, she died, but I know she loved art. I make something with her body.
Actually, that's I think the more we are at peace with death, the more this is possible, because we open ourselves to the idea.
I 100% believe if you have your ChatGPT Optimus who learn about you, spend time with you, who know a lot about you, I think your subconscious dream will be, using your body as art, right?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And I always said to my friends and family, everybody is
Everybody's
like
art.
weirded out, but I always said, like, I want to donate my body, my brain to science. And they were like, oh, but you know what they're going to do if you cut you to pieces.
To art. Better.
But yeah, to art, maybe. Okay, that's...
They'll be okay. They'll be okay. Oh, art is better.
Yeah, the art is better, but artists are not as... they don't have so many rules like the scientists. So I don't know, man. Like, might be...
Yeah, but we're living on the technology, so maybe the art we connect with the science. Art. I think it exists. Science art.
Yeah, that's
right?
it. And I've been observing this. I mean, maybe I am in this circle, in a bubble. I don't know, maybe. But I've been observing this. There's a bunch of artists right now that do connect sciences with the arts. A lot of them. And it's becoming more and more popular, like, to be... to create from organic matter,
but it is, even if you take the quantum world and everything, there's the fractals, the things connect with our body on the micro, level. Yeah. It's crazy. There's pure beauty inside. They said, like, no matter how go deep, go inside, you basically you see the fractals, you see the whole universe inside your body. Now even they check like I forgot the name, but it's like even smaller the atom, even smaller the proton, everything. They check the smaller part on the cells and everything, and it looks like a yin and yang, exactly the shape. Like yin and yang. Oh. So they said, like, that's why it came from, like, from the smaller part on our body. Like, it looks like the whole universe came from yin and yang, good and bad. So it's also kind of interesting, And I think many people create the, things from the science. And, like, even if you take, some psychedelics, you have a crazy visions, right? It's pure art. There's, like, one guy, I forgot his name, but it's not Terence McKenna. There's other guy, who also make a lot of arts connect with the LSD trip, right? As a pure beauty, pure beauty. It's great.
Because it's light.
Because of light?
Yes.
Like light is light. Yeah, light. Absolutely. That's light and water. It's everything.
Yeah.
If you take light and water, you have a rainbow. You have every color what you want, every shape what you want. Light, color. Light. Water and vibration and frequency. This everything what exists on our world is the light, water,
So
and the
water
frequency.
is actually chemistry. So it's
Yeah.
the chemistry of life.
Yeah. So even if you
Yeah.
take frequency and the
Yeah,
light,
frequency,
it's everything.
chemistry, and light,
Yeah.
and electricity. And
Yeah, electromagnetic field.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I consider myself a light worker because
Okay.
I work with light.
I'm kind of similar. I'm the space creator. I call myself
Yeah.
light worker and space creator. And this is who I am.
Yeah.
Captain
Welcome to our
Planet.
show.
Captain Planet. Did you watch the movie Captain Planet?
Captain Planet.
Yeah,
no.
Captain Planet. It's from the 90s. And basically it was the 5 kids. One was like, heart and fire, water, earth, and wind, right? And basically when they connect together, like they have a ring,
Oh,
So
okay,
and they both
yeah.
connect, and they call Captain Planet. And the Captain Planet was the one who also helped them like to clean the
I
earth.
actually remember this.
Yes,
Oh my god.
and it was about environment. So every time
Yeah.
when they start, they talk about could you remember they clean the bin like trash, clean the sea and everything. So the story always was like someone who put the garbage on the water. So we need to find him, and they always a problem. And later they call the Captain Planet, and they're like Captain Planet, it's a hero, and he put there like a trash or like something to the CO2 to zero,
Yeah.
something like hold the music. Yeah, so maybe it's some,
Maybe.
your light worker, space
Light
creator,
worker.
so we can create the.
No,
Music
but
is-
really, it's connected to the part that I do. I work with natural light.
Mhm.
I try to not work with natural light only. Even
But
if
you
I
don't like the white light.
like the fake white light. or,
Fake white light. But in the general, like, the all sun is it's how you call this white light and
I mean it's like UV and white light and but
because the sun
it's-
is never like white light, right?
No, I mean it's not. It's colors.
Yeah.
It depends through
It's more like
yeah,
gray, yeah.
like through what it filters, and then I think like it's not even about like the light itself. It's about the energy of that source of light. So when I'm creating, I do use the sun, the natural light. It really changes my way of seeing the colors and how I actually like even how I live, because I do, and you mentioned water, and I do connect the natural light and then the water, and I put it together, and then some like natural elements, and then it's that's it, and that's my studio outdoor. And I do this for my art projects, and I do this for my commercial projects. So just to show that we've been actually not even show. I just like it, but we've been closing ourselves in the spaces and creating the fake kind of environment when we have so much to manipulate. But you need to be patient and to adapt to yourselves, because when I work with the weather, sometimes I have to wait for a month to have that perfect lighting. It's not like it's just gonna happen whenever I want it. It's
in
me.
Thailand it'll be easier. You have much more light.
Yeah, this is why I'm here. No, but sometimes you need diffuse light.
But the patience, the
the
big part
patience,
also.
yeah.
Yeah, the waiting for the right moment, and I think it's like you said, the process. It's what makes things,
Yeah.
more excitement, right? And everything what takes time, then it's have more value, right? Because even if you make something like this and be easy, there's no value. Value is connect with the patience, with the hard work.
Unless you have scale.
Scale.
Yeah, well, when you make something easy and quickly, then
But you
and
don't
have scale, then
you don't appreciate things when it's fast and easy.
sometimes.
Like what? Like quickie? Yeah, but still, like okay, but you need to get to have the quickie, so it's still a process, The quickest, I mean,
Yeah. No.
if
I mean, like,
something makes fast, but it's not mean the process was fast, right?
I like when it's easy, but the easy comes from I know how to do it.
Yes.
Comes from learning, because
Yes, of course.
when I don't know it and I've never learned it,
Yes.
and it's hard. Everything
Yeah.
is hard when you don't know how to do it.
Yes.
When you learn and then it becomes easy, doesn't mean it was easy and it's easy for
True,
everybody.
absolutely, yes.
But easy is good.
Yes.
But you gotta
Yeah.
learn the hard way sometimes.
That's the
Yeah.
process of learning. Basically, on the moment when you start do something, it's hard, but you have more fun when you start become better. And there's
Of course.
there's
of
two
course.
schools. One school is to learn something on the courses school and everything, and the second is just to do it by doing. And I think both way are good. The point is like your practice is just by doing, right? And because
I mean, to a point.
yeah, but for example,
yeah.
like, do you learn something? Did you learn? Do you have some master teachers about things what you do? Do you have some precursor, someone who do similar things?
I mean, I went to an art school,
Okay.
and I have my master's from art, and it's
So
like
it's
I've
still-
met, I've met people who inspired me a lot.
Okay.
And then I read a lot. I think with my personal style, I don't think I was able to learn it in any way. There's
Yeah.
something that I cannot
You
be
read,
taught.
you read and write.
But
so
yes,
by
I
the-
read and write. So that's, I think, my biggest like teacher is books. It's more like, the knowledge from different areas
Mhm.
of expertise that come and enrich my practice.
Sure.
So yeah, I learn all the time.
Yeah,
It never
of course.
stops. But even the method that I use when it's about the physics, if I don't have an idea about the physics, I will probably not be able to learn the tricks
Mhm.
that I want to learn. But it's a mix, because sometimes I've learned them completely randomly, just because I've spilled something and I see it and I'm like, oh shit, that works. And I'm not a scientist, so I just observe. And I think everybody just has to find their own way.
Did you work with the how called this rainbow, but you use the triangle
Like the prism?
glass? Yeah, prism, right?
I do, yes, I do use a lot of, yes, the way of not spreading, but
Yeah, like we know.
Yeah, we
You-
know,
you
we
know,
know,
you know,
what I
right,
mean? Yeah, I use
spreading, spreading.
There's a better word
I
for
know.
it. Okay. No, but I use prisms. I use cut glass. It's actually one thing that is my super top favorite thing to do is to put this star filter on my lenses, and it's a glass cut in this star shapes, and the moment the light goes through, it creates this beautiful stars from the point of light. And I also have a prisms that I put on my lenses, and they do create also rainbows on on this image and this scene. So yeah, because that's a lot of fun. You never know actually what will happen, because it's such a the effect is somehow expected, but the way the light goes into your scene and the water, that's why I use water, because it refractions everything, so that's super unexpected. I never know what's gonna happen.
Do you think the art is direct connect with the marketing and the way how you can sell and make some storytelling about this one, based of the popularity art of the current time and the previous? If you know what I mean, yeah.
Yeah, and that's the goal. That's the goal, because I think the way that we want to work as me and my team, we thought that for so long, the advertising business and the commercial business was creating this big gap between your personal life and the work life, right? So even if you're an artist and you work in advertising, you use your talents, but to create somewhat work that is driven by different goals, different values. And our approach is it's created basically first of all on our talents. So we go to our clients and we say, look, we know how to do this type of storytelling. So we don't tell them that we can do everything for you, but we can do nomad content. The nomad content is directly connected to our lives. We've been living the nomad life for a few years already, and it means that we are constantly on the move because of the projects and you know many things, like that's another story, like why it happened and how it happened. But so we basically been on the move, and we're connected to different cultures, different environments, and this creates this unique opportunity for these brands to be more authentic, because we're authentic, you know. So I don't know if this is, you know, still what the market needs, because I see that people love the, you know, the illusions, the unreal, you know, the unreal part of the advertising. Like, I mean, you want to buy something that's like just pretty, and you don't care if there's a fake snow. Like, I see these commercials of like Chanel, you know, like perfume, and then there's like this Christmas commercial, and the girl is like reaching out from the bottle, you know, it's all like premium and everything, and if the snow is fake, it's so fake you can basically like see how it's like just falls apart, you know. And I'm thinking, oh my god, like at every single point of this year there's snow somewhere. You can do this, you know, you can recreate this type of scene, like, but you know, why would you do this if you can have this like very quickly, right? And then just like recreate that scene in a fake environment. I think like the reason why is because we need to understand that this is not given, you know, that we have to like see the world around us, because the more we separate each other from this reality, we'll be doomed in a way of like creating this, I don't know, fake environments, until we see that it's not even possible to save the real ones anymore. So I think through commercial, like showing more of this authentic content, maybe we can kind of reach to people of, you know, to people that are still out there, you know, like still want to go out from your home and like experience the nature, the diversity.
So I think it's also the way like some companies still want to be, I mean, many companies on the top level, they still want to support, you know, the local community. They want to work with the environment, and they put a lot of money as a, you know, balance, you know, between what they take from the nature and what they give to the nature. I used to work also on some project in the Philippines when we also be kind of spiritual, I forgot the name of this, but we work with the Chinese company who have like a farm, and then because they, you know, somehow they kill the chickens, of course, for the meat and everything, but they want to give back to the nature. So we tell them like, okay, if you do something harm for the animals and everything, the same time you need to balance the energy. So you need to, for example, for every chicken we kill, you need to plant 5 trees, right?
Yeah.
So this one, it's also Chinese, you know, cultural belief, like, you know, like whatever you take, you need to give. Connect with the karma, like in general, right? Like whatever you take, you need to give back, right? And that was the part of this one. So I think the company still wanna, you know, work on the way when it will be quite, you know, can be niche, can be, you know, different, can be support. That's why they like most of the biggest company, maybe every company, they have like foundations, right? They share part of the income to the, you know, for the good cause, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, for me, it's still like I am trying to learn how to live like this, because, you know, it's like I said, I don't have the answers. I don't. And I don't feel like I can go and say, okay, this is the way to be more sustainable, because, you know, there's so many definitions of sustainability. In a way, sustainability in our times, it's kind of a mission impossible, you know. Everything that, you know, like we use, but we use everything too quickly and too much. And I do also, like, I feel like I'm in this generation, in also like in this I come from the background that is like, you know, has a lot of comfort, and my life is about comfort. And so I'm not really looking for solutions that will be maybe somewhat fighting with this. I think I'm looking for the balance to be able to, like, me as myself use, and I mean, not like use, but like reuse
Yeah.
more of what I'm using, because like a lot of my things at home are vintage. I feel like I could build a whole house from like stones that I find around, my place. Like there's a lot of like, of course I like nice things, but like I think there is a lot of like half solutions maybe that can be used. But I think I don't know yet, and my way of like asking these questions is by playing, like having fun with nature, because I think the moment I will be depressed and overthinking that topic too much, like a lot of people are, we have like wars, anxiety, like we have like so many problems and issues. Like I have a lot of friends, or like my little brother who's like, Gen Z, being terrified of the world, like the direction the world is going to, like, like they have this big fear that we're going, we're doomed and everything, and then that really influences your mentality. And when your mentality is in this like, how to say it, like a resignation mode, then you don't care. So my approach is more like, I don't have to know everything or be perfect, or even like I wouldn't call myself eco-friendly. I don't think I am. Like, to be totally like honest with you, I don't think I am. And
You're just friendly without.
I'm friendly, exactly. I'm
That's all. I'm
I'm
used to be friendly. Now I'm just friendly.
Yeah. No, but yes, I agree, because it gives me like this I think opportunity to just find like this inner peace and happiness in me. And when I have this, and when I look around and observe, I connect more, and I'm more present. So I'm living in actually in here and now. So I don't dissociate with the world. I don't try to run away or avoid it because it's too hard for me. The topics are like too scary. And in the end, that actually creates this like beautiful, I think, journey for me to be authentic or real, and whatever that means,
I think the people who are eco-friendly are like too overacting about the nature and the things around. Even about animals, they are assholes to other people. They use this as an excuse to just be assholes to the people who do something against the nature, right? And I think that's talk a lot of about them, like they care more about the nature than the other human, right? And but connect with the things what you said, and I think the answer can be, you can consider this as answer, can be practicality. Like, if I can do what I do, if it's really be practical for me, for other people, for the nature, right? Or maybe find a way to be more practical, because I believe everything what you do and what we know and what we create, we can apply this better to our life. It takes time, takes energy, takes creativity, takes even be artists on the same time, because it's something that would not exist before. You take this from the minds of other people, you talk about this one, and you find solution. I believe you can find solution and the answer for everything what you want if you just open yourself. And the other things what it's also was part of my previous podcast. I think the one was, which was 7 hours. It was prevention. It means connect with many things. He connect this with the real estate, but at the same time you can use this for everything. Like, let's talk even about the art of, or let's say eco and everything. Like prevention, it's mean trying to not things happen to this, like nature, life and everything. So you it can happen, or even a relationship, the fights exist, the problem exists, but you can find a way to talk about this one before, right? So then you have a understanding what means partnership, relationship, which is also connect with my other guest, who was my online podcast, Raymond, who talk about the partnership before relationship. Like wherever you meet in your life, you make the partnership, and the partnership works on the rules. Connect with the understanding, like what we agree, what we not agree, and the most important part, what he said, it's about our own happiness before everything.
Exactly.
Right?
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Yes.
it's also connect with the deeper things, because if I do for someone to makes me happy, I'm more into do something to other people because it makes me feel happy, right? It's something like, yeah, I can be, support other people, help other people in the street. If this one makes me happy, why not, right? Why not? Doesn't matter what other people say. If they say, oh, because you want to show off to other people, right? And that doesn't matter. If this one makes you happy, and whatever way it looks like, you need to do it.
Yeah, but even if you help yourself, for starters,
Yeah.
and a lot of things that are connected with our fears would probably be lesser if we would start from ourselves, and
Right.
help ourselves, and not to be like to do the work and then connect with our feelings. Because like for me, I started this journey 5 years ago about I wouldn't say even connecting, understanding and feeling my feelings. So what does it mean? It means that
Sorry, you think it was the part of you growing or your age, or the things what you understand, or maybe something happened why you started understanding better? I'm trying to understand, like, where's the part in our life when we be more aware what's going on? Like create, I'm just
yeah,
curious,
yeah. It's one of those stories when you reach the bottom.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so maybe it's the answer. Maybe we need, because I also believe, I'm big believer, like the shit must happen.
Shit
because
happened.
yeah,
Shit
that is,
happened.
there's no other way. Like I always think, like, even connect with the other people. I don't wish anybody like bad life, right?
Yeah.
But more I live, longer I live, I think it's the only way for you to grow, to understand, to be better person. Like, you need to pass some shit in your life. You need to be on the deep fucking water, and you will go out. In the other case, it will not happen to you, right? I think the water is not always like this when we cannot, survive. I think it's good enough when we like, but we go out. That's why we feel like, fuck, I survive. And that's we become stronger, because of like, everyone have a broken heart, everyone have some fucking crazy stupid story,
Everybody, yeah.
everyone. So I think it's the reason why we are better, like, why we understand what's been bad, because what's been good, because we understand what is bad. And I don't want to live on the deep shit and way how I lived before, and that's why it's push us to the better life, better actions.
Yeah. I mean, I have a good life, but it was
Too good life, maybe
yeah.
that's you have a soft life, like you said,
No, I have a soft inside,
Okay.
like I'm very sensitive, like super sensitive. So I think a lot of that, the shit that happened would be some things that I would suffer, like I would suffer, but that suffering was by choice. So I would
Where's
choose.
my cream to my latte? Oh, with the cream! Oh my god! Like, can you imagine?
No, yeah. I mean,
Happen.
it happens, right? It
Like,
can happen.
We're so soft people.
You can
like,
also like, you can suffer because you feel like you never have enough, or you're not enough,
Yeah.
or because you feel like everybody's
Perspective.
judging you, or like
Perspective, right?
exactly, yeah. So a lot of these things that can happen and to really, really fuck you up is like self-sabotage. It's like you're doing this to yourself. I was doing this to myself. And of course there were triggers, there were some circumstantial situations and everything. But in the end, that was the moment when I actually saw, like, oh my God, like you are on the way to self-destruction. Mentally, and then I just realized I need to take some very like radical steps. That would be looking for help, just looking for someone who can guide me.
Attention also.
Attention.
Yeah, like if you're looking for the help, right? Like we always like.
I actually looked for something more like someone who can teach me.
Okay.
Of how to like it's like you buy this furniture in IKEA, it comes with an instruction. We don't. So I was a little bit maybe looking for someone who'll tell me like, okay, so you can have this manual, like manual of like how to be a human. Because I also like, when we talk about the realism and non-realism, right now I'm telling you like I have this more real grounded part of me, but most of my life I was delusional. Completely delusional, and I like it because that's what makes my work magical, that's what makes my life magical. But I think a lot of people are staying in that delusional part, which is lots of things. Delusional is a very popular term right now on Instagram. You see this a lot, delulu, but like
Delulu.
Delulu, Delulu.
Like Labubu, maybe. Maybe Labubu came from Delulu.
Yeah, Delulu. But it's
new generation Delulu.
Completely Delulu, yeah, because that's how like what is real when you look at this Instagram or whatever, like social media, anything, like how do you know? Like how do you know that what you actually think is real? Is it? So
you can go deeper with this.
Yes, yeah. And it is.
Maybe if you turn off Instagram, you'll be less Delulu.
I had detox. I had a lot of these, but no, I mean it's.
Because the confusion comes from the too much information, and that's you don't trust enough yourself. That's why you're looking outside things. Yeah. The point is like about the social media. It gives you so much information to make you be like this. Because if you are, if you are not sure about yourself, it means you don't have confidence. Then you're looking outside. Opinion about anything. That's what algorithms give you more. But they give you more to the time when you're more confused. So you need to spend more time on the social media, so they earn more money. So the algorithm is super powerful and it works perfectly because they keep you on the level. Like you feel like what you want, but I still need to check again. And it comes from the information when it's called this analytics paralysis, when we don't know where to go. And then we're looking for teacher, but the teacher, it's always, there's plenty teachers, and you're like, fuck, but which teacher to choose?
I was lucky.
Yeah.
I found a person, and kudos to Agnieszka Janczewska. She's my mentor and teacher for 5 years already. And, basically her method is about like staying on facts. The facts, like the only fact that I know right now I'm aware of is that I'm talking to you.
Yep.
So that's it. So if in my mind, because social media is this is where it like went to, but like where it came from is this the way that our mind works. It has this programs and like the habits. It likes to stick to some kind of like thinking patterns. So I could have been thinking like, oh my God, you're looking at me. That means you're judging me, or you're thinking that
the reality is just I'm looking on you, right?
Yeah. And so like, oh, so you're right. Probably now thinking, oh my God, what is she saying? And that's an illusion because I don't know this. It's not a fact. And then when you stick to these, non-factual things, then your mind can go very.
And even can create the reality what you think of, because if you feel like, oh, I think they talk about me, and then you've already concept in your head, then you create you create the reality based of your energy what you send to them.
Yes.
Right? So
that's what you attract in the end.
Yes.
Yeah, and then even going deeper with this is like. So I thought, okay, so you're looking at me and you're judging me that I'm, for example, I don't know, I'm saying bullshit. So why am I saying this? It does bring some emotions out of me. So my emotion would be for example, I would be anxious or a little bit, like maybe unsettled, right? So under these emotions, there's something even deeper, and those are feelings, and that could be just a simple, feeling of lack of trust to myself that I know what I'm saying. So basically I've went through this very long journey of practicing a lot. It took me a lot of consistency, weekly, sometimes every day, sometimes I have longer breaks, but it took me a lot of practice to be able to identify yes, my feelings, so not to only be pretending or showing my optimism, or be I don't know, sad or upset without the reason of like the idea of like where it comes from, but it's more like it's not looking up at the reason, it's more like at looking at those very specific feelings. So when I'm sad, that's it. So I don't need the reason to be sad. I can just feel it and then it passes. So it's okay,
like
so
mindfulness,
so
observation
the
of
moment
your
I
thoughts.
started to feel the pain, I started to be absolutely like joyful and happy.
And I think what I don't like the way like people need to understand, but sometimes I need to say, and emotions, every emotion have no need to be negative or positive, like you choose the way it can give you something. And what people, or like maybe me also, like not always but happen, like things happen for a reason. So if you can learn from anger, you can learn from depression, you can learn from the bad time, and the things connect with how you feel on this moment. And it's you can always use the time and the energy to get any reason, any purpose what you want. So if you have a bad situation, you can always find the good things from this. And I think is the
Then it's just called
emotion.
a situation.
A situation, like
A situation. Like
it's a situation.
It's a situation.
Yeah.
So
you choose if it's. I mean, every situation, end of the day, can give you good things. Always. Like even if you have like really shit, deep stuff, even connect with the people's story and everything, end of the day you become better person because it make you stronger. If someone don't kill you, like physically, like everything would not kill you, make you stronger. I don't believe it's because if you stay on the fire, you burn, right? So everything has some limits.
Exactly. I mean, I don't use this differentiation of like good, bad, or better, worse, because that's also like that's judgment. So you already put some of your own
belief system
on what is, because what is good for you can be like not good
because
for me.
You can create any version of reality what you want. It's up to you, definition of what you want to believe. And it can be absolutely true because it's you created,
Yes, but the truth is that anything that happens can make you feel something, can make you feel stronger, can make you feel, can make you feel pain, can make you feel love. And then all those feelings have a place and they belong. And when they belong, they create a whole, together. And, the yin yang, right? So there's the feelings of the abundance and there's feelings of the lack of the abundance. That's the yin yang. So it's not like there's a better or a worse one. It's, they coexist.
Yes.
Together they make a whole, because sometimes, like if my cat dies, I will not be always happy. I cannot, like, why would I? Like, I feel sadness and it's okay. And that sadness at this moment is the most, and that's the death, right? The death part, that sadness, it's almost like a bliss, because that's how I can feel that I loved this cat, that I loved, and and then there's this pain that comes from, the loss, but it's temporary. And whenever I can feel it, I'm not stuck with this idea of like, grief or suffering, because like I cannot accept the fact that this cat is no longer in my life. I can maybe like try to, like, if I can feel it, I can then accept that this was a beautiful part of my life that I've loved, and this pain can be my signal to my body that it was actually important for me. And to feel it is also beautiful.
And before you didn't have the cat, so the energy and the good moments was given to you, you know. So now you cry, but you know you didn't appreciate maybe the time what you have, right? And it's what many people take this for granted. They forgot they have it. They have what they have right now.
Yes, and that's the other part, which is the feelings of abundance. It's like while you have it, enjoy it.
Yeah.
To the max, you know, like I've been
use the cat, you know, like play with him, you know.
But that's exactly what I mean. Like when you pet it, like just feel like absolute happiness. Don't think about the work you have to do.
Yeah.
Because we tend to go with our brains
party
and be
with
like,
him,
yes, and
together, do full, you know, like take other cats to the to the home, you know, like what you doing? The breeding cat from my cat. That's why I lost cat like 2-3 weeks ago,
right.
and my cat. You know, like there's two versions. I have a friends who keep the cat at home, never go out, like going maybe 1 meter from house, like, you know, like go around. It's like, bro, like, so your cat do not have life, you know, like, you know, like what can see, like, oh yeah,
doesn't have freedom.
Yeah. And I said, you know, like I know the risk, you know, like, but I prefer when my cat go, you know, the fucking adventure. Like one time, because we cannot find him many times, and we put the, you know, the GPS right on his, and we check when he go, because we never see like where he is, right?
Yeah.
And like we checked in one day, in 24 hours, like, you know, our area was maybe like 100 square, no, wait, like 200, 300 square meter around, like from house to the school, which he spent, you know, big part of his life. That's why he died. Yeah, in the school with the kids and everything. So there was like a school cat for the kids.
Oh, wow.
They do not know, but maybe the kids even don't know about us, because he just go spend most of the day on the school with the kids. So he was like a school cat, and people love him. That's why he also died on the school, because when he have accident, he come back to school, not come back to us. And because the school was closed already, so we didn't see he was, you know, he was injured. And so he lived like 5 years, but his life was crazy. So when I checked the GPS, he like do like plenty of kilometers. Like the line was like this. It's like, oh my god, like he's everywhere. Like
he lives his life to the fullest.
Oh, he lived on the fullest.
So and how many kids like inspired?
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
like, or like
yeah.
felt.
Olaf,
you know,
Olaf. It's like Olaf. It's there. You know, Olaf. It's there. You know, he sleep on the ghost house, on the Buddhist, you know, the houses. And yeah, he have good life. So I said, the same me. Like I prefer to have short life, but full of things what I like doing. And basically is the Alan Watts quotes, which I love.
A life. I prefer to have a life.
Yeah.
A life.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah. It's like your life must be full of the good things what you like to do, and the trying, and even if you don't have, try to make everything and do absolutely everything to faster do things what you like to do. Like for me is the most things, like spend all money. It's like, oh, I can, if I take my all money, everything what I have, and I said, and I will be getting faster the things what I like to do, and I can do this every day. So yeah, take my money, you know, take my money, right? But many people are like, oh, you know, maybe next year, maybe this, you know, like, oh yeah, we want to go there, but you know, maybe next year. Like I moved to like Philippines on the 23, 24, people think I live on the paradise. I trying to survive for so many years, but for other people it's like, oh wow, they earn 10, 20 times more money than me. But for them, life like me was wow, right? And I don't feel like better or worse, because I always want to have life like them, right? So like save money every month, you know, be sure you pay your bills, you know, it's so fucking awesome. But I never got to the position. I mean, before, now it's much better. But it's required, you know, courage, you know. But you learn this courage. You need to push yourself. You need to do things when it's not comfy. You build your confidence by doing things, you know, and not waiting for effect, just to do it things. And I think that what you said about, if your work is matter and can really change the world, and if we're looking on it this way, we will never start anything. Like, I believe I can change the world, but I don't care much, because if I still can do what I like to do, and this is my here and now with you, for me is the full of my expression and the full what I like to do. I can sit with you all night and talk about this one, but we need to do the podcast shorter, so it'd be also useful for other people. But I love it, you know, and doesn't matter if how many likes, comments, and everything. I mean, I work for this to have also people when my knowledge and the information and our conversation and, you know, the guests can be useful, and people can apply to this life. Because I also believe, like, we can talk, but we are also smart enough when you can find a way when we can be useful for other people, and our work, our experience can be beneficial, maybe help them to be, people who they want, maybe allow them to get out from some problems, maybe they can send a message and they don't feel lonely, maybe they don't make suicide one day and they can talk to me. Like, it's good things if you find a way. So I think we are smart enough when we can find a way, when we can be useful, not only artistic, because it's still expression me, right? It's for me expression. Like, I need to just find a way step by step on the process how the things what we're talking can be. I mean, I have my manager there, so it's his work also, like about editing clips when we can put
I know
others.
your manager.
Yep, you know my manager. Wow. Like, he's very famous, like in Poland. Like, he was actor in Ukryta Prawda. I don't know if you hear about this. Also a very popular show in Poland. He was one of the seller of the, cabbage and like a local shop.
No, but I think that one of the obvious truths that I've learned in my life is that the things that you take for granted.
Truman Show also say the true now.
Oh yeah, there you go. Are illusions. So like control is an illusion, safety is an illusion. Yep. So when you kind of let go of this, possession, yes, and you become more free. Then another part is like take like joy or like take happiness in the small things, everyday small things. Like you can watch a sunset for hundreds or like thousands of times. It's probably going to be very like similar to the last one or not. I don't know, maybe it's gonna be different every fucking time, but it can be at like always can be the same amount of excitement and happiness. It can give you the same amount of feelings. And so yeah, and then I think experiments, like curiosity, go and follow your curiosity. That's important. And
I think people also lost the be happy from the small things. Like, we know the term, right?
Yeah.
But because everything become like without emotion on the like really dopamine, so that's why the small things don't excite us anymore. Because if you take your phone and you see a lot of crazy powerful messages putting on our face every second, the crazy things what going on, this one lights, like if emotion, sexuality and everything. So every time if you sit 10 minutes with a powerful dopamine, trick and the methodology and the connect with the psychology and everything what they put billions of dollars, and later you just need to go to the nature and walk on the barefoot, you don't feel the same side of excitement. That's why I'm big fan also talk about the sexuality on the level, like if you watch the porn and then you have normal partner, you don't consider, because of the level of dopamine, like excitement, because there's very hard to reach the fake things what you see there to the normal relationship and the normal partner. And it's really deep connect with the our happiness, with our like even our feelings, right? And the same time, how you can enjoy even to sitting, like how many people when they eat dinner, right, they cannot eat dinner with the phone on the hand, because
I struggle with this.
So because of the dopamine. The same is connect with the music. When you listen music, when you go workout, when you don't have music, because just workout, it's not dopamine. So that's why people need to have external things, watching this one, talking with someone and everything. And the way how to work on this one, it's two factors. First, you said about one part was the mindfulness, like observe, right? And it's the
be in here and now.
and
be present.
and it's mostly happen on the next day when you have a dopamine drop, and step by step, put this down on the like you cannot say tomorrow I don't scroll, right? Impossible. But I can say you need to work very hard to get rid of the phone. Like, you need to create the whole strategy to basically don't go. Like, many people even they hire someone to take the phone messages and for them, because every time if you take phone, this is so powerful when you scroll. So you need to find like all concept.
How much energy this consumes to even fight this urge
Yeah, but
to
you
use
need-
your phone.
But you, yeah,
Yeah, but like that's why I'm telling you, like my method is about the reversal of this, like the idea of like taking a bite and being so full
yeah,
with the bite
Yep.
that you don't even need the phone,
Yeah.
because you start to see that,
yes,
oh my god, what I have on my plate is enough.
yeah,
And then every single bite of your dinner is like it's making you feel something, it's making you, you know, present.
yeah,
It's like this for me with you know, like with kissing, like I'm like, can there be too much? No, because every single kiss for me is like first kiss. You know, it's
But you create this on your head. You create with your emotion.
Of course.
And I think the
Yes.
most important part now you're sharing to with others. And I think when people understand there's other people who live this life, they don't feel the weirdo anymore, right? Because you know, conversation makes people like they are not alone. Yeah. Before when I learned something about the spirituality, personal development and everything, and I was thinking like, oh my fucking god, there's more people who have the same mindset like me. I'm not alone. And that's why I realize like things when you happy with things what you eat and everything, and then you realize is basically the best way to like really enjoy the process, be more happy with everything. Later you can touch flower and you're more happy. Later you can talk someone and you're more interesting about everything, right? And then you're learning be present, you're learning be really all in whatever you do. And then for small things they teach you this one. So I think if you surrender and you can talk like this with us, with me and everything, then you feel like, oh, like it's okay, it's good, it's positive, and it's the way, and I think it's the best way to live.
And that's so funny that we need to actually learn
Yeah.
to be able to express ourselves and
like
to
unlearn.
show. Yeah, because like I'm from Poland, and culturally,
You're also from Poland? Wow.
yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and
Your accent sounds different. You do not sound like Polish.
I do not even look Polish.
Okay.
I think I don't know. That's what people said. That's what people said.
So they say you are from where?
Different. Oh my God. Spain, Greece, Georgia, Italy, most of the southern countries, but not Poland.
Okay.
Yeah. But what I wanted to say is that when you show too much of your emotions, too much of excitement, you're being frowned upon. Like people are like, oh, like, are
Because
you
of
like?
the people who you surround, that's why you need to change your,
Yeah, I'm saying in
communicate.
general, like,
Yeah.
but sometimes like we get so overwhelmed with the suffering and the sorrow because of like the limitations that we put on ourselves, on our brains. The moment that we see someone that is too happy, we start to be a bit like, oh my god, this is fake.
Yep.
Like, why would this be fake? Like, maybe to a point.
It is. Fake it, make it. So yeah, I'm fake, but I'm practicing, like give me time, 2 years, and I'll be happy for sure.
No, but like this, no,
No, but even like this, you know what I mean? Like, it's the practicing, it's even, science proof. The people who like after operation on their like lips and everything, and they have Botox and whatever it is, and they have a more face like this, they're actually more happy because your body, your body created endorphin,
Okay.
and they don't know if it's your fake, you fake your smile or not. So basically, if you smile to the mirror like a fucking stupid, person, right? Your body do not know if it's real or not, and it's activate the muscle of your face, and it's produce the endorphin. So even if you fake smile, it's produce the endorphin. Yes, and you can see, look at people, older people, like the people who like complain, who like, right?
Yeah.
They have a face like this.
Oh yeah,
Right?
yeah.
You see them,
Yeah.
and you see how the face looks like after, right? So some people say I have a lot of the, how you call this, the chicken,
Wrinkles,
like wrinkle,
yeah.
whatever. Like I was like, I
From
don't
smiling.
care.
Yes,
I don't care
yes.
because of the future. I will
Shows who I am.
yeah, on the future I will look more like this.
Yeah,
so.
but that's again all about the balance, because only being positive and smile, like even the word positive, but like even just it's not possible to feel happiness all the time, right? So only through the acceptance of pain and through accepting that there are feelings that are sometimes like the lack of these, the lack of the abundance, the lack of happiness will make you feel uncomfortable. It's super uncomfortable, at the moment that you're like you feel pain because of whatever happens in your life, then you actually need to feel it, because going out and pretending that everything is okay is as worse as not feeling it, like happiness ever. Like this is like it's kind of on a spectrum, so the spectrum of like fake happiness and like I would say maybe, I don't know, like some resignation. Somewhere in the middle is like, yeah, well, we have all these feelings and it's a spectrum and I'm okay to feel all of them. And then you start to notice that in life, actually, the more that there's more of these abundance of the feelings of the abundance than there is those of like the pain and the sadness, like in everyday life, right?
I'm
not
Out.
saying
Did you watch Inside Out? Inside Out.
Oh yes,
Right?
I did. Yeah.
It was beautiful story,
It
like
is,
explanation about our
there's
emotions.
a second part.
Yeah, I watched the second one. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I love animations. Love it. Yeah, but that's exactly, and I'm saying in everyday life, because if we focus too much on the news, then we can say, oh no, there's only pain. There's so much pain, but you focus on something that's not, directly connected to your everyday life, and there's different
focus
lives.
and also, like, I'm a big believer, like, there's not only focus, there's also your creation, like, because if you also absorb information, right, absorb the reality from social media and everything, you are still the consumer, right? At the same time, you can use the energy, the time, and instead of consume, you can create, right? So every time when you scroll, you post something, right? Doesn't matter what, but every time if you scroll for 5 minutes, post something. That'll be very powerful, because like it's giving to the world, right? The expression, it's teach you totally different stuff, like it's like we watch someone creation. Why we need to be part of someone system, right? Like we can be fully expression, and the big part is without judging, because many people just to posting just for some result, but make some profile, just post without the results, post without expectation, and then just do it every time when you want to scroll for 5 minutes, or like 5 minutes one post, just post. And it's teach you like go in the flow, just do it, just do it, just do it. And it's you go in the flow mode, and you learn the way how you just throw it things, and the consequences you just be on the mode when you document, when you create, not consume. That's my lesson for you guys.
Yes, and I have a little bit of a problem with consistency.
Yeah, because you why? Because you have things connect with the judgment, like what people think about this, right? What someone can think about this one, what company thinks of this, how I can judge you.
Of course, I do, and that's why I keep on working.
So that's why you can create other profile when you can start, when you can be anonymous, like Tina Quarantina, for example, and then we totally anonymous, and then you posting, like, for example, what was my way? I do not check my profile. I do not check any video what I made, maybe one from the last 6 months or even more. I do not check, I do not read, I even do not reply like most of the messages. I mean, I don't have much, but comment and everything, which I need to fix. But right now I learning how to still producing, to not overthink, because if I sit and I start checking my things, I will see so many things what I don't like. So I'll be like, guys, this one need to fix, this one need to change. Even today I said, bro, why you don't fix me? You said I'm here.
Yeah.
I should be here. Like if I start sitting, and they'll be like, we even not make next episode, because I'll be looking for the problem they made. It's like fuck. So
I know this too well.
Yeah, but I found a way, right? I found a way just to I will maybe find other way when I will be more aware what I'm doing, right?
Yeah.
But I decide for now. Do it right like this, because allowed me to do it around 30 podcast, which is very successful. Like I'm not the top 1% podcaster because I found a way to not judge, right? Yes, I don't check, but it's my way right now.
Not to judge yourself.
Not to judge not even to allow myself, because if I don't look, there's no judge, right? It looks like I don't produce. The only what I produce is here.
That's a good advice, because I still I struggle with this. I
know some manager who can can hire with a very good price. Basically, we need more clients to our agencies. Maybe a big first client. We need partners, not clients.
Yes. I mean, I don't have a big audience, but I have a very valuable audience. I feel like the people that I create for are absolutely my close circle of, like, even the people that I don't know, but people who follow me and they like my work. I feel like they're a close circle of my friends, humans, because whatever I share is so personal that the viewer on the other side, I feel like they become a part of me. So for now that group is not a big group, but I do see that I tend to focus on, like, oh my God, maybe I should have a broader audience, and then I get all these thoughts.
You can have the deeper audience. So I can give you advice about this one. Trying to connect, do it the way like you can connect with them, like you can make a call with them, you can talk to them, right? It's quite personal if you do already personal post, but you can also reply to them, talk to them, and they even call them, right? And if you do it this, like, imagine one call a day, right? It's on the length of the time, it's creates like the people you need around you, right? Yeah, and imagine make 5 calls a day, right? So I think it's the big part, and which I want to go also do this direction, because I have a plan to make like a streaming, so be live with the people, but at the same time have a guest. But I realize the way how I can communicate with you, and I have a people listen me there, I'll be not focusing. So it's like, okay, so what he say? Okay, and we lose the attention. I lose attention to you and everything. But the streaming and the live and everything, answer question is the way. You just need to find the best way to express yourself, and also to connect with the people, and at the same time something will be comfy for you, because if you don't want to post video and everything, maybe you can make live, maybe you can do something like a podcast more, right? Maybe you should make podcasts, right?
I like this because I like talking.
You see, I know you like talking. I didn't expect someone like this who talk more than me exist. So but why I do podcasts? I do podcasts because I can be visible later for other people, right? And I want to be the guest for other. But the version, it still allowed me to listen and learn how to listen. At the same time, I talk, right? I'm on the 30% of the conversation, right? And I listen you and I connect with the things, what you talk and everything, which also teach me a lot of stuff. So I want to talk, but the journey is to listen and talk anyway. So I still talk, right? Because I cannot be depends of invite to be my podcast every day or every week, right? It's very hard. I tried, like I still working on it to find more places when I can be the guest. But this one I invite guests, so we still it's the conversation. It's not monologue, it's the conversation. So maybe your way will be podcast, and I recommend you this also. People from the art, from the business and everything, you can more connect with the things what you love, right? So and you can expose other people who have the same things. And many people say, we have also one guy who he said 90% of his clients there are guests on his podcast. So it's the way how we can also achieve the connection, the networking, and especially imagine you invite people from the corporation for the podcast.
Oh, that
because you have an amazing network.
Yes.
So use this way.
Oh, okay.
And that's what we have. That's why we're here.
This is why
Yeah. Okay, what's your message for new generation, for the kids? What the name of the
Beta.
beta?
Yeah,
for
the beta
and
is
the sigma and beta.
the beta generation is out. Just out.
Just out.
Just
so,
out.
So you need to create the problems what we will have in the next 20 years.
Oh my God! Imagine there will be growing up in 2050. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can
and
imagine this.
and
Hello, X
I
Y
reckon
2225.
yeah, and the 2050, that's the I'd say like the deadline
Yeah.
for the
It will be I'm the Optimus Prime, and I'm here on Earth to survive all the humanity. I'm the Chat GPT.
oh my god, they could be.
They could,
be. They
I
could.
believe we are like
We
this.
are. Yeah, but damn.
I
Yeah, I
believe
mean-
we are already AI. So better to be friends with AI because AI can
I
be
always
your,
say thank you.
yeah, right.
Of course,
Yeah.
I'm so
And
nice.
it's and I even connect
Friendly.
already.
Remember, I'm not friendly.
Friendly,
I'm
yeah,
friendly.
yeah. AI friendly. AI friendly. And even if the art is so cool, like you can take your things and then you say, trying to take my art and find the best way how I can sell to the companies, whatever, for for the purpose to be a better person.
I think my message to the beta would be, they will grow up with such easy access to knowledge and synthesis of that knowledge, and a very advanced, I think, understanding of our brain and our feelings, because we already, like the way we start to be conscious and aware, even through our generations, it's a huge jump from the I think the survival mode that we had for a long time, but then they will kind of be in a different survival mode, right? So I feel like my message would be, take all that that knowledge, use it to feel what to feel like for who you are, be conscious about your being, and recreate your reality. Create your reality
like a
in a
multiverse.
yes, like a multiverse,
Yes.
but stay real, because I think like we will, yeah, we'll have to innovate, like
Yep.
there's no other way. So yes, of course, like be the crazy fucking cyborgs, or whatever you like, but create the reality that is resonating with the true love and acceptance.
I'm agree. Thank you so much.
Thank you.